radio. With Big D and Bubba.
Oh my goodness, it's Jay DeMarcus, that guy from Rascal Flatts.
What?
We are going to have some fun today, baby.
Let's go.
Jay DeMarcus, Rascal Flatts, our guest this week. Good to see you again, man.
It's really good to see you,
thanks
too.
for taking
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and all that stuff. I feel like I
get
haven't
out of
seen you guys.
Thanksgiving. We can go through all of them. Happy 4th of July.
We could.
Halloween.
Yes.
So great. Dylan, his son, is here as well with us. He's quite the singer. So, man, take us back to Praying for Daylight. This was is this the first big... I think this was the first time you came in the studio with us.
Yeah, it was the very first song we ever recorded with Mark Bright and Marty Williams, and actually learned years later Mark Bright had that song on hold for Black Hawk, whom he was producing at the time, and snatched it from them, and they were none too happy about that at the time.
Yeah, I didn't think about that because the Black Hawk, they were established.
Yeah.
And they were kind of doing their thing, and then you guys come on, and was there kind of a little, like, against each other?
No. I think that they were more miffed at Mark Bright than they were at us for giving us the song, but, thank you, Mark Bright. It changed our lives forever.
There you go.
Yeah.
Jay DeMarcus, Rascal Flatts, is joining us this week.
So we were just talking about Praying for Daylight a couple minutes ago. Whenever you guys first came out, you did your radio tour. And what a radio tour is, for people who don't know, is you go around and you introduce yourself as a band to these different radio stations and the different DJs around the country. And it's like, hey, I'm Gary J. Joe Don, we're Rascal Flats. And they're like, oh, are y'all related to Earl and Lester? So you have to go through all that silly stuff.
Sounds like you were at every station with us.
Yeah, I was. Well, I remember because you guys came in and performed, and this is what's cool. I have the audio from the first time you guys. You look terrified.
Hear this?
Oh, this is on your very first radio tour.
Wow.
Now this is not. It's straight microphone in the room.
Well, I've got the lights turned up, the doors locked, and the bedroom TV's on.
Wow.
I want you to hear like the parts where you guys all jump in.
That's amazing.
Doing on the thing that gets me through the night since you've been gone. Praying for daylight, waiting for that morning sun, so I can act like my whole life ain't going wrong.
Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because we sound like so young and fresh.
Not beat down by the road.
That's right.
Anyway, it's so cool to be able to have like this moment to be able to look back.
Oh, it's amazing. Thank you for playing that for me.
Jay
I've
DeMarcus.
got more.
Oh, we have
Yeah, I love
got
it.
a lot more.
I'll leave these headphones on then.
Rascal Flatts, Jay DeMarcus is our guest this week on the show. So take us back to 2006. Anytime you redo a song, especially a hit song,
Yeah.
it's risky, and you guys tackling Tom Cochran's "Life Is a Highway."
Oh, boy, that was scary. I didn't want to do it, to be honest with you, at first. Well, when we were pitched the movie by John Lasseter.
For Cars.
Yeah, for Cars. He was like, I've got this idea of a montage of them traveling down Route 66 and you guys singing Life is a Highway. And I was like, well, Chris Ledoux had released it and had a big hit with it in the mid-'90s.
Yeah.
And Tom Cochran's version is timeless. So it's always scary to tackle a song like that that's got such a huge history. So I asked if we could write our own thing because Brad Paisley and Sheryl Crow were writing their own songs for the movie, and I wanted to write an original too. And John was like, I've got a distinct vision for this, and I want you guys to do that song. So we went in, oddly enough, first song that we cut with Dan Huff as our producer.
Oh, wow.
And so that began a long run with Dan, and I was absolutely wrong about that because that track turned out amazingly well.
Just
and
not a bad hit.
Not a bad hit.
Not a bad hit.
It was never a single. A lot of people forget that it was never intentionally released as a single, and still
still play it.
Yeah,
Still play it.
yeah.
Jay DeMarcus, Rascal Flatts, joining us, and also his son Dylan DeMarcus, who's quite the singer. I think we have the clip of Dylan.
Yeah, here's Dylan actually covering his dad's band.
That boy's good.
sounds so good, man. You got to be so proud.
I am. I mean, it's just, it's awesome to watch him take to music the way that he has, and he's got all the stuff you can't teach.
Yeah.
I like that he's showing you how to do your music, though. That's also...
Isn't that great?
Yeah, he's covering your songs, going, I'm going to do it better. I'm going to do it my way.
But you also write, don't you, Dylan?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, on piano.
Yeah. Did you know that, you know what your dad calls you when you behind your back? Do you know?
What?
401k. All right, we got Jay DeMarcus.
That's the
Retirement.
funniest thing you've ever said, man.
We got
good.
more with them on the way next. Jay DeMarcus, Rascal Flatts is our guest. Hey, take us back to I Melt. I don't know a whole lot of the behind the scenes of the song.
Of the song, Gary wrote that with Wendell Mobley and Neil Thrasher. And I remember when they brought it in and played the demo for us, Neil was singing the demo, and it was just a no-brainer. It just blew us out of the chairs. We were sitting around looking for songs for the second CD. That was one of the first ones that was pitched to us. And, you know, it just kind of sets Gary up so well for that chorus, for those big notes for him to sing.
Yeah.
I love it when Gary, you know, Gary can do every run in the world, but sometimes the most special times with him as a singer is when he just takes a big note and holds it out. Mm-hmm. And when he hits that chorus to I Melt, it's one of the most fantastic things I think ever.
Jay DeMarcus, Rascal Flatts is joining us. How many years now? Is it
26.
26.
Yeah. 26. We took obviously a little break there, a little hiatus.
What was the break for?
The 2020 was supposed to be our farewell tour. I don't think he would mind me telling this, but Joe Don had decided that the road was becoming too much for him and wanted to take a break, and it's decided that 2020 was going to be his last year. So we were going to go out and tour really hard that year. And we got to March the 6th or whatever it was, and we were doing Falls View Casino up in the Northeast, and we're worried about getting back, and all of a sudden we get back, and a week later the world shut down.
Oh, COVID, right.
That tour was yanked out from under us, and always felt a little cheated that we didn't get to lay it down the way that we wanted to, and always felt like it was not on our own terms. But it ended up being a blessing in disguise, because we don't have to call anything a farewell tour anymore.
Yeah,
Joe Don got the help that he needed, and the time apart, I think, did all three of us really good, because we've now come back together and appreciate this thing so much more than we did when we were just on the hamster wheel.
Yeah, for sure. Jay DeMarcus, Rascal Flatts, hanging with us this week. The band has been around for a long time and continue to, do great music. And, you know, I love when you guys tapped into the Mayberry and the whole nostalgia of all that.
That song right there was a wonderful surprise, because we never saw that coming. It was a pitch for that record, sort of at the last minute. Arlo Smith wrote that entire song by himself.
Oh, wow.
And so to have that key change going into the chorus from F sharp, up a minor third to A for the chorus you don't ever see that mod coming. And it's just such a nice release into that chorus. And, of course, the lyrics talking about missing the good old days. It's just, I think it's always poignant for where we are in our
we
lives.
miss them even more now.
Boy, isn't it the truth? It seems like not that long ago that we were able to disagree on certain things but still love each other, and now everybody's just all about, if you see things differently than I do, we're automatically enemies, and I think that's a shame.
Hanging out with Jay DeMarcus, Rascal Flatts.
Dude, I am taking you through a little... Since you're sharing the music with us and we get to time travel with you, now you get to time travel with us. So back in the day, I do have more of the original interviews and things like that I was just going through the archives finding.
Wow.
We asked you guys to do some dumb stuff. So,
the new group, y'all do anything. Y'all
Well,
like, of course, we'll do it. Washing cars, we'll do that.
so-
Spin the song, we'll do it.
So we would do things like...
Hey, we're Rascal Flatts, and we're coming right back with Big D and Bubba. Don't go anywhere.
all right, so
Oh, gosh.
then you get stuff like this.
Hey, this is Joe Don. I'm Jay. And I'm Gary. And we're Rascal Flatts. Wishing you and yours a Happy New Year.
Okay, not bad.
Hey, this is Joe Don. I'm Jay. And I'm Gary. And we're Rascal Flatts. Wishing you and yours a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Wait, where's my favorite one?
Happy Thanksgiving. This is Rascal Flatts. 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 Ooh. Happy New Year, Rascal Flatts.
Wait, that's desperation right there.
It's just, you're the best.
Just play our song.
Jay DeMarcus, Rascal Flatts, is our guest this week. All right, so this is called The Dealer's Choice. You get to request a song that you like, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, that maybe had an impact or a cool story or something.
You know, one of my favorite memories going home for Christmas, one of the last times I was there with my father, we were walking around the giant store in Columbus, Ohio called Myers. We don't have them down here, but they're like Sam's Club or Big Target or whatever. And my dad and I were just out late one night doing a little last-minute Christmas shopping, and Vince Gill was playing overhead. And it was, I've Been Trying to Get Over You. And my dad and I were walking down the aisle together, singing harmony together.
Wow.
And it was one of the last times that I got to be there with my dad and share a moment like that. So that song means a lot to me.
Vince Gill, by request for Jay DeMarcus. You know, talking about the story about being at Walmart, hearing that with your dad and your son.
Meyer, they were at Meyer.
At Meyer, sorry. And you're here with your son next to you. I mean, it's kind of special, man. Full circle.
Yeah, it is. I wish he were still around to see how far he's come, but I think he's probably got one of the best seats in the house.
Yeah, for sure. Jay DeMarcus, Rascal Flatts, is our guest this week. More on the way. Jay DeMarcus from Rascal Flatts hanging out with us this week. So is there ever a chance, do artists get wooed to go to another group ever?
Wooed to get
like almost like the
athletes?
transfer portal.
yeah.
Is there a transfer portal for artists?
Let me tell you something. If that paid as much as the transfer portal in college football, I'd enter it every year. No, sometimes I guess people get asked to join other groups, but I think that happens more in the pop world than it does in the country space.
Have you ever been asked to be in another group?
I have been asked to take Dave Haywood's place in Lady A.
Really?
Yeah, no.
No.
That's a great rumor to start.
I like it.
Charles called me up and said, "We're tired of him.
We have enough.
We're tired of him."
You send us Gary, we'll send you ours. Here we go.
Do an even swap.
That's right.
No draft picks, nothing.
Rascal Flatts, Jay DeMarcus is our guest this week. Hey, talk to us about Fast Cars and Freedom.
Fast Cars and Freedom, one of my favorite songs that we do, honestly. Same writers, Gary LaVox, Wendell Mobley, and Neil Thrasher. Those three together were magic in the room. And, you know, when Gary delivers a vocal that he's had a hand in writing, it's believable, it's honest, and it's incredible. Yeah. And so that song has stood the test of time. I think it'll continue to be one that's just, what do you call them? A tent?
Yeah,
pole,
a tent pole?
Or,
anthem. What do we? I don't know. What
I
are we
don't
doing?
know.
What's happening?
What do we
What
call
is it
them?
about this song that stands out to you and says this is one of my favorite? Because you guys have 5 bazillion songs.
You know what? Fast Cars and Freedom is such a unique way of saying, of celebrating a love that has endured through the years. And you could say that in so many different ways, but what a unique way to say it with the phrase of Fast Cars and Freedom, you know? And I love the chorus. I love the way that they framed it, and I love the way they said a very old, familiar emotion. They framed it in a completely different and new, fresh way.
So honored to have Jay DeMarcus from Rascal Flatts joining us this week on the show.
And his son, Dylan.
Yeah.
Dylan, have you ever heard them do, obviously you've heard your dad and the band do different covers. This is one they did for us almost 30 years ago, but I'll play a little of this.
Oh, gosh.
Well, just about a mile on a 109, there's a little church hidden back in the pines. I promised that girl she was gonna be mine. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if she was standing there crying. Oh, well, I didn't know that Florida fog could go so slow.
This is cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Oh, well, you gotta put your foot down on that floor.
Wow.
Yeah, we've been rocking all night, but don't you know that you gotta give me to the church on the Cumberland Road?
Isn't that cool?
Oh, you know what you may not know about that song. That's the first song we ever sang together, the three of us.
Well, isn't that what got you your
In a bar.
record deal or whatever? Something too?
It was one of the ones that we sang in the conference room for sure. But we were huge Shenandoah fans, and when we were playing our regular gig down at the Fiddle and Steel Guitar Bar in Printers Alley, it was the first song we played. The guitar player we'd been using couldn't show up. He had the flu. I called Joe Don to fill in. I'd been telling Joe Don about Gary and Gary about Joe Don because I was in Shelley Wright's band with Joe Don, and Gary, of course, was my cousin. And we met together that night for the first time when he sat in with us, and the first song we sang was that. And when we hit that chorus and that buzz of those three vocals happened like that, we all looked at each other like, what in the world just happened? That was
Lightning in a bottle.
Oh, it was. And I remember Gary distinctly like leaning over after we finished, and he goes, "Cuz, I'll tell you something right now. I don't know what that was, but I got to have some more of it." And the rest is, as they say, history.
Jay DeMarcus, Rascal Flatts, hanging with us, giving us kind of behind-the-scenes stuff and on different songs. What about My Wish?
Well, My Wish was Jeffrey Steele. I mean, you know, at his best, he was on fire at this point, and he'd just had cuts with everybody.
Big
Montgomery Gentry.
Guy, y'all.
Well, because he had the low parts and the high parts in all of his songs. Because Jeffrey's range was so insane.
Yeah, it's still insane. I mean, one of the best singers around for sure. Steve Robson, I believe, helped him write that song as well. Memory serves me. And My Wish, man, another song we were just so lucky to get a hold of, because who in the world wouldn't want to sing that message to their kids, to anybody they care about? It's just a timeless message that resonates throughout generations. And so we knew as soon as we heard it that we had to cut it.
And your son Dylan is sitting here with you. Have you heard this song before?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, because we're going to play it right now.
A few thousand times.
It's a whole new meaning now that I have kids, I can tell you that.
Rascal Flatts, Jay DeMarcus is our guest. You said it earlier. I didn't realize that you and Gary are related.
Yeah. We grew up together in Columbus, Ohio, and I went off and went to college, and we sort of lost touch with each other for about 8-9 years there. There was a gap, but he called me one time in 1997. He was like, "Hey, cuz, I know it's been a while, but I've been up here singing, winning some karaoke contests, and I'm going to vacation in Florida, and I'd like to stay the weekend with you and sing for you and see whether or not I have anything." You know, I love singing, and I think I'm pretty good. But
and you said you didn't know he sang at
I had
that
no
point.
idea. I called my mom immediately because I was like, what am I going to tell him if he's awful, Mom?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a hard place to be in with family. And she's like, just hear him out and just spend a couple days with him. Y'all ain't seen each other in a while. So he stayed on my couch in my little one-bedroom apartment there, and I went over to the piano, and he said, well, what can you play? What do you know? And I said, what do you like to sing? And he goes, well, I love Brian McKnight. And we did One Last Cry, and he sang, and I just kind of stopped and looked at him, and I was like, what in the world are you doing in Ohio, man?
He's so good.
You got to get your butt down here as soon as you can. So he was, you know, like anybody, taking that big of a leap is a hard thing to do. And, you know, probably about 3 or 4 months later, I get a call from him. He's like, I'm selling everything I got. I'm going to come down there and give it a try. And he lived in my little apartment for about 6 months, and my buddy Michael English, who I was on the road with at the time, I asked him to take Gary out and give him some experience of being on the stage. And Gary took to it like a duck to water, and he just second nature to him. And Michael loved having him out there. And they just had a ball together. And so that was my earliest days with Gary here in Nashville. And who knew that he would become, you know, really what I consider to be a voice of a generation.
I agree.
You know.
Jay DeMarcus, Rascal Flatts, our guest this week. I got to tell you, I think, Jay, to me, the Rascal Flatts sound is in what hurts the most. And hearing that, it's so, and then when he hits that, I don't know how he does.
Yeah, at the end.
It's weird. It's great.
So close.
And he continues to.
Yeah.
Would you call that a signature song?
I would definitely say it's a career song. That song was, you know, that year, 2006, when that song came out, it was #1, I believe, for 5 weeks in a row, and It was the first single off of the Me and My Gang record. Me and My Gang, and I only say this because it's something I'm very, very proud of, first of all, but I'm also proud for country music because in 2006, we were at the Grammys. That song was nominated for Country Song of the Year or something like that year. Gary and I shared one of my favorite moments that I've ever shared with him. During a commercial break, he leaned over to me and he said, "Hey, cuz, can you believe we made it here from Columbus, Ohio to the Grammys?" And I was like, "Yeah, this is cool." He said, "But look around the room here. There's Beyonce, there's Jay-Z, there's Lady Gaga, there's Elton John, everybody that's a who's who in the music industry." And I said, "Yeah, this is really cool." He said, "Now think about this. We've sold more records than anybody in this room." That year, Rascal Flatts was the top-selling artist across all genres in 2006.
And it hit you at that moment.
And it hit me at that moment. I sort of looked at him and I was like, "Holy crap, you're right. I can't believe this."
Made you want to stand up and go, "Hey, Beyonce, guess what? Hey, Elton John."
Yeah, you wanted to shout it, but it was such a sweet, sacred moment between the two of us that I will never forget as long as I live. And that was, what hurts the most was the catalyst for all of that, for sure.
Jay DeMarcus, Rascal Flatts is our guest this week, celebrating so many years of the group, Rascal Flatts. You have to say it, but how much time you got left, you think? How long you want to do this?
I think I want to do it and hang on to it as long as we can do it at a high level. I don't want to be I don't want to be one of those people that have people coming to the shows going, "Gosh, it's way past time for these guys to lay it down." I want to go out at a high level, and I want to keep doing it as long as we can go out and execute every night and be proud of the product that we're putting out there.
Well, you have your son, Dylan, here, who has sang your songs very well. What are the options like about maybe passing the band on to, because everybody's got family members or whatever that could be involved?
Yeah, Jodon's son is a great guitar player too. Jagger, he's great. So maybe we'll just pass it on to our,
Wouldn't
Gary's,
that be
Gary's got two girls that sing so great too. So
they could hit his notes.
Rascal Kids.
What do you think, Dylan? You like that, Rascal Kids?
Yeah, it wouldn't be terrible.
He's the best. Hey, Jay DeMarcus, Rascal Flatts spent some time with us, and what's the song we wanted to talk about next?
There were These Days.
These Days.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, remember that one?
Yeah,
That one
we
too?
literally just talked about
baby.
it, and I'm sorry about that. Is that you? So what's the story on this? I know this is a Jeffrey Steele song.
Yeah, Jeffrey Steele. He wrote that song, pitched it to us. It was the first single off the second CD. I actually met my wife on that video shoot. She was the hired talent to be Gary's love interest.
Okay.
So Gary's always joked that cousins share. So he was fine with me going out with her. They made her take. She was actually engaged. This is a bit of trivia. They made her take her ring off for the shoot, though. So I didn't know she was engaged, and I just kept following her around and hitting on her all day long.
Funny. That's the best.
Yeah. And so after the shoot, we ran into each other a couple times at different restaurants, and I finally wore her down enough to where she went on a lunch with me, and I'm glad that she did.
She kept that ring off, but put yours on.
She did.
Yes, sir.
You know how I did that. I was like, "You ain't married yet. Get that thing off her."
Been fun, man. Rascal Flatts, Jay DeMarcus, and his son Dylan, who's here. Dylan, so you're the highlight of my whole day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dylan's like a sniper. As we've been doing the show, he pops in a little line here or there, and you're like, "Oh, you're
Sharp
perfect."
kid, sharp kid,
Good
sharp
timing.
kid. Hey, talk to us about the tour and what's going on for the guys.
Yeah, we're going to wrap up the tour here at the beginning of March, and we've got about 5 weeks left, and it's been going by in a blur, but it's been so much fun. I'll tell you the best part of seeing the fans again and the impact that the music has had on them over the years. It's really, really cool because now we're seeing generations of Flats fans come out, and people that were kids when they first saw us are now bringing their kids.
Yeah.
It's just a great experience. I'm grateful for it. Always grateful for you guys too, and just for the opportunity to do what I love to do. It's a blessing to wake up every day and do it.
And we do want to go ahead and promote the 401k sitting next to you too.
Yes.
I think if you're a fan of Rascal Flatts, if you're a fan of Jay DeMarcus, well then check out Dylan DeMarcus as well. He's got music.
That's right.
And so it's the next generation.
For sure. Speaking of, guys, good to see you guys. Thank you.
You too.
With Big D and Bubba.